Next up, we're going to give our spoiler-filled review of Magic Camp from Disney+.
Hey, Jessica.
Hey, Kyle.
You can take a card. Is that your card?
No.
That's how well things are going to go tonight. Welcome back to Eye to Eye, Disney Through Our Eyes. This is our Disney Variety channel, and my name is Kyle.
And I'm Jessica. And before we get started, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of our content.
This is your spoiler warning. Alert, alert. Do not go past this point if you have not.
That's what I feel like you're saying is, alarm, alarm.
That noise that you just made should never ever happen again. Spoiler alert! If you have not watched Magic Camp on Disney Plus, do not watch past this point.
Unless you like spoilers, that's up to you.
That's fine. That's whatever. You know, if you want to spoil the magic trick, see what I did there? You can watch past this point, but we do have a spoiler-free review that we're linking up above and in the description below if you want to check that out instead. But if you're watching past this point, you've been warned. Magic Camp Jessica on Disney Plus was a success, I think, for you.
Yes, huge success.
Now, why do you think that this one was a lot better than, say, like a Timothy Failure? Timothy? Why do I always do Timothy?
His name is Timmy.
Timmy Failure, a Stargirl for You, some of these other Disney Plus-esque movies.
I don't know.
Noelle.
I don't know. Honestly, I think it was the casting. I think the kids were really funny in this movie.
You think, was it Adam Devine too?
Oh yeah, I liked him, but honestly the kids are what made it for me. The people that they picked to act as the children in this was perfect for me.
They really won me over as the story went along.
Yes.
And I think, first of all, for me, she loves Adam Devine. I do not. I thought, especially in Pitch Perfect, he's kind of annoying. And I think that's his character. I mean, you get it.
Right, I mean, it's not him. It's the character he plays.
But it seems like that's what he plays all the time. So I kind of was not, like, really excited about
your
that.
Adam Devine voice.
You know, I don't know. That is not... That was awful. I can't do it like I'm just like in a movie. I can't perform my magic.
There you go.
Unless it's like just happens at the moment.
Okay.
But pleasantly surprised that he did a good job. I thought.
Yes.
In his character took that type of character casting to the next level. But yes, the kids in this I think made it very entertaining because they had all these little different weirdo kids. And they made them very lovable throughout the whole thing.
And they kept saying they're supposed to be like the weird kids, but really they weren't that weird.
And then one of the lines was like, "We're all a little weird here."
Yeah, like and I mean, there was like maybe one kid that was more weird than the others. But
which one would that be?
The Zyrtec kid.
Now, was he more weird than the Goth girl, or more weird than Adam Devine's character? Andy Duckerman. Here's another thing we just realized. We've been calling him Andy Duckerman until we started filming this.
Yeah,
like,
until we looked up the cast,
Tuckerman.
And then it's Tuckerman with a T, and we're like, oh, well, there you go.
All right, well, let's talk about the characters a little bit more in depth. Which one like sticks out to you the most?
Bunny girl, Ruth. There's this kid, and
let me just say, this was Jessica
obsessed
growing
with
up.
bunnies. And I loved that all of her clothes had bunnies on them. And then when did you notice that?
Yeah.
And then when he tries to hand her the bunny and she cries, I was like, oh, so mean. And she's like, I just can't handle it. It's too cute.
This entire movie, I looked over at Jessica every moment with this character and said, that is you. Just substitute bunnies for cats.
No, literally.
And she's denying it the entire time.
No, I'm saying yes.
But during the movie, you were denying it. I'm like, you just described every bit of your clothes besides this one has cats on it.
I only have 2 cat shirts. 4.
Like, literally, that was Jessica's character. Like, I wouldn't be surprised one day if she saw, like, a bunch of kitties and literally couldn't pick them up because
they're so cute.
She's so scared to because of the cuteness level out of that. And that's what happened with Ruth, is that she's, like, obsessed with bunnies, but she couldn't even pick it up because it just made her cry.
And then at the end of the movie, when she finally holds the bunny and she's leaving the stage, and she's like...
And then she had, like, that moment of, like, oh, people realize I'm weird.
Such a good movie.
By the way, just kind of like to segue from that, the running shtick throughout the entire movie was that the bunnies got loose and they kept showing up.
And they kept mating.
And multiplying. And then they paid that gag off at the end where she's like, what? How are there so many bunnies? Only so many like got left out. And then Adam goes, or his character, Andy Tuckerman goes, I'm gonna let your family or your parents explain that one.
Yeah, that was great.
That was like great, like adult and like little kid humor at the same time, because that's something that's been said in like younger kids movies before, but that was there for the adults. So I really appreciate that. It was a running gag that was really cheesy and kept getting paid off as the time went out. For me, who stuck out the most, it's hard to really. Preston, the director of the camp.
You would like Preston.
Because, I'm a fan for most of the time of dad jokes.
Oh my gosh,
and, just corny stuff. And so Preston's the director of Magic Camp, or the Institute of Magic, as he likes to make sure everyone knows. And he said, just some really off-the-wall and funny things that I really enjoyed, like, the entire time. He's got all these, like, great sayings that play into magic puns. And I'm just like, I could see it coming from a mile away. And I was like, that is me right there.
100%.
So Jessica's the bunny freak.
And Kyle's all about dad jokes.
And I'm the old man that's obsessed with magic. At this part.
Yeah, it's about right.
Other character that stuck out to you? Anybody in particular? We've done two major character and a minor character.
Zyrtec kid. What's his name? Nathan.
Nathan.
I thought Nathan was hilarious.
I love that it's like how you know him now, Zyrtec kid.
Because he had like that. Remember when Theo got the water spilled on him and he gives him this shirt and it literally says Zyrtec.
By the way, did Zyrtec get a sponsorship?
I'm thinking they had to. But was it that Nathan said? He was like, "Yeah, that's my shirt. I'm a big fan," or something. What? It's not like Twinkies or Dr. Pepper or something a normal child would be obsessed with. He's like, no, I'm obsessed with Zyrtec because I have 109 allergies.
And I thought his character too would get a little annoying as time was on.
It was so funny.
But he just it was good. These kids did a great job.
And funnier, especially like when they're walking, when they have the new track suits and there's like this nice music and they're walking out, to the lunchroom.
Like
and here's
SWAT
Nathan
goals.
But here's Nathan in the background spraying bug spray on his face
in slow motion. Like that is probably a top 5 moment in the entire movie. Because you saw that in the trailer, but I don't know that we saw the bug spray.
I don't think we understood what was happening.
Like,
and then
that was,
that was awesome.
Squad goals to the max right there. Like that was like the epitome of just comedy in this one. It was just great stuff there. Overall, Adam Devine, Andy Tuckerman, what did you think? His character?
Oh, I thought it was great. I mean, to be fair, we talked about this in our spoiler-free review, but I'll say it again. He has one character that he can do. It seems like in all the movies I've seen him, he's typecast in this one specific type. And he does a great job with it, but it's very similar to all the other characters I've seen him do, which I'm not mad at.
He made me enjoy that type of character a little bit more because he showed a little bit more range to
He did. Towards the end of the movie, he had a little more range. At the beginning, I was like, okay, this is exactly the Adam Devine from all the other Pitch Perfect movies.
It was just enough of a variance from the one from Pitch Perfect that I enjoyed it a little bit.
You know what I wish we had gotten more of was Jillian Jacobs. She was, what's her name?
Darkwood.
I almost called her Dorkwood like they did in the movie.
I'm gonna start calling you Dorkwood. It was like when you drop something in the kitchen. I'm like, all right, Dorkwood.
Well, I feel like her character wasn't fleshed out enough. I don't think we really understood that she's supposed to be this big celebrity in Vegas. I mean, it was just kind of like little things that were said. It didn't seem like the storyline was fleshed out enough. I really like this actress because obviously I like Community. It's a really, it's a comedy, so I'm gonna like it. But I think she's a really good actress, and I don't think we got enough of her in this movie.
Let me say this: that if you talk about somebody not being fleshed out, the whole Janelle character, the love interest for Theo, it felt very forced.
It did, and then we're doing spoilers, right?
Yes.
Okay, so at the end when she kisses him, I'm like, okay, this was bizarre.
There wasn't enough of a relationship built there. And so what I think happened here, since this was supposed to be a theatrical movie, there was probably even a more extended version of this that they cut for Disney+. I get the feeling that this was one that they just kind of tried to shoehorn into and kind of keep it in the movie.
Yeah.
But there was probably more content, more of a story there than we got to see.
And I think that's a good point, that they probably cut a lot, because it did feel like some of the storyline wasn't as fleshed out as it should have been. Like the whole Vic being the bully, I felt like I wanted to see more of that.
See, I thought that was done very well.
No, what was in there was done well. But I didn't really get that Vic was the bully until he burned up
you didn't get it when
Theo's cars.
When he threw water on Theo?
I mean, but he was kind of joking, and so you don't really know that he's the camp bully. So if they wanted him to be the camp bully, I felt like we needed a little more of that.
You have very high standards for bullies.
I mean, if you're going to be a bully, go big or go home, right?
All right, so we know.
I'm not a bully. I'm just saying.
I don't know. You seem pretty well versed in these things.
I'm just saying. I wanted Parent Trap level bully. I wanted.
She did compare this movie to Parent Trap a lot.
It is so much like Parent Trap. Let's be honest.
Minus a twin.
Okay, but they're at camp.
Minus two.
They're at camp.
Separated.
They have camp. They had
just
camp.
like every.
No, they had camp, and they had.
So camp is a signifier.
No, and they had. Listen. Hear me out. They had the kid get dropped off by the butler. The
butler. That guy was funny. I love the butler. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So that's like Parent Trap.
Mm-hmm.
And the camp.
You literally gave me one reason, and then
Two reasons.
You can come up with the rest. All right, enough of that. We hadn't even talked about the main character, Theo. His story. You know, I will say I didn't love his character, at least his portrayal of it, but I loved his story.
Agreed. Theo's character was kind of actually. He was the major character, but he felt kind of minor. Thinking back on it, yeah, he was major.
Here's the way to describe it. They couldn't decide who was the main character, Adam Tuckerman or Theo.
Yeah, because honestly, I would say Adam Tuckerman was at this point. Andy Tuckerman.
Did we say Adam Tuckerman?
You did, and then I copied.
Whoops.
Don't be a follower, people.
See how it works out for her.
Right.
But I still loved his story.
I did too.
And can we just talk about this? Hashtag dead parents?
God, Disney!
What are you doing?
Stop with the dead parents!
Why does every hero have to have a dead parent?
Literally.
I mean, I guess
that means we're heroes.
Wow, all right. You went there with it, but okay.
I'm just saying, if every hero has a dead parent, we're heroes.
If you're a hero, I want to be a villain. That's all I'm saying.
I am a villain. You always tell me I'm a villain.
You are a villain. I will say this, though. They did a good job spinning on the dead parent story. So here's the big spoiler. You want to tell them about the big spoiler?
Yes. So I really loved at the end because, you know, all these Disney movies, they're like, oh, my dead parent, my dead parent, my dead parent. And we always harp on that. And it is horribly tragic and so sad and not taking anything away from that. But I think we also need to remember there's still a parent that's alive, usually. And that parent's having to work twice as hard and to provide and make sure that all the emotional needs are met. And this movie did a really good job of acknowledging the mom. And, you know, they spent a lot of time acknowledging the dad and all of that and, you know, the ramifications that it had on Theo's life and everything. But then at the end when he was like, my mom is the queen of hearts and what did he say? She makes everything run
well, smoothly.
Something about the world revolves around her, basically. And she is his world. And I just thought that was so sweet. Right. And just acknowledging everything that she had done even after his dad had died.
And I'll say this too, that building up the dad and still making him a hero in his life, but realizing there was someone in the background. It was very similar to the story of Onward, where you know, Ian was, no, it's not Ian, what was his name? I forgot. No. Barley. Yeah, it was Ian and Barley.
Sounds right.
Ian went on this journey to see his dad that had passed away, trying to bring
Onward spoiler. I mean,
you haven't seen Onward now. I'm sorry. This is a spoiler video, okay? You're safe. It's not safe here. Whatever. Not safe.
Life raft.
Not safe for viewing. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway.
The thing with that is that they built up the dad, but his real hero was his brother, who had been there the entire time since he hadn't known his father. Same thing here. Yeah, your dad may have been a hero to you, but don't forget the heroes that are still here, and that was his mom. And I thought that was a good. I
loved that.
It was a. You wait for it. It was a good magic trick.
No. Also, this is terrible of me, but did you wonder how the dad died?
Talk about that?
No! I was like, come on, give it to me.
So,
was it the plane crash?
Yeah,
remember because he said, I'm late for my plane ride, and I was like, ooh, did Theo make him crash the plane?
Was it a military uniform, or was it just a general pilot?
No, he was. Oh.
So something with a plane is how I interpreted it.
But maybe I made that up.
But dead parent.
But mom's a hero.
But mom is a hero as well.
And his little brother Cameron was hysterical and underutilized.
Yeah, so that set the tone for the entire movie with the little brother comedy, because I was like, okay, I think I'm going to be able to enjoy the comedy in this. They did that well with such a minor character.
And I don't know that character's name, and I'm terrible, like the actor's name, the guy that plays Cameron, but it's the same guy from This Is Us that plays young Randall.
Is it though? I don't watch that.
Yeah, so I obviously like him.
All right, to wrap up, your favorite main character?
Ruth, Bunny Girl. Of course.
Would she be a main character though? I wouldn't count her as a main character. So I would count Theo, Andy, Christina, and Preston as main characters because they had the most screen.
Preston?
Yes, because he had a big role.
Okay, then I'm going with Andy because I loved him.
So my favorite would be Preston just because of the dad jokes thing. And then your favorite minor character.
Okay, Ruth.
Apparently that's a major one to Jessica.
She's major in my heart.
My favorite would probably be. I have a lot of different ones. I'm kind of looking at all their names right here.
Because I kind of wanted to go with Nathan too.
I'll probably go Nathan. Just
Zyrtec
Kid. Sounds like some kind of like Star Trek thing. Zyrtec Kid.
The fact that when they were in that candy shop and he was like, "Sir, if I can guess exactly how much this weighs, can I get it for free?" And the guy was like, "Sure, it's impossible. 2.7 pounds or whatever." All
in all, a good movie, and we recommend watching it.
Yes.
If you want to see like our rating, we put it on the spoiler-free review. But that is our spoiler-filled thoughts about Magic Camp. We hope that you'll take the time to watch it and share with us what you think about it in the comments section below. And we'd love to hear from you there. What else should they do?
If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our content.
And we'll have some more content available for you at the end of this if you want to check that out above and below in the description. Until we assemble again,
may the force be with you.
And we'll see you real soon.
Bye, guys.